Hey guys, it's Frenchie Powell with Permaculture Northeast, bringing you guys a video today about what about planting seeds in a Ruth Stout bed garden. You know, oftentimes we see videos on potatoes, and we've done those, but what about seeds, especially in a young Ruth Stout bed garden? Young where your soil might not be completely loose yet, still might be a little difficult to work with. So we've got some pea seeds here today, just your regular shelling peas. And it's a nice, cool spring day, perfect time to be planting these. I'm going to show you two different ways that really work for planting. And so we've got our hay on our garden, our main garden here, and it's been on for about a year. So the soil's not perfect yet. It's not black, rich, and loose, but it's already far improved from what it used to be. And the first method would be, if you're planting your seeds, to dig. I like to use my hands. You can use another implement of sorts, like a hoe or cultivator or something. But sometimes they use a stick. But you make a little row, and that can be hard sometimes if you're working around old tomato vines or old corn stalks. And then, like a classic, rototilled garden, you put in your pea seeds just like so. Whatever their spacing is, I think it's like 1.5 inches. And you just get some soil, cover them up, and you are good to go. And so that's method number one. Now, in that method, you don't take the hay and cover it back up yet. You wait till the seeds come up, and here we've got some that are a couple of weeks old at this point. They've germinated. Even now, I'm not taking the hay and putting it around. I want to wait till they're probably a good 2-3 inches high till I tuck them back in with the hay mulch. So sometimes you might get some other weed seeds that'll sprout, but cover them up with mulch when you go to cover with mulch. So that's method number one. Method number two is more kind of how nature does it. So we're going to be doing that down here, right next to it. And in this method, I'm just going to pull back the hay mulch. I've got broccoli plants, so I'm not going to go all the way. And this is just a demonstration for you guys, so I'm not making huge rows today. Break through some old tomato vines. It looks like I've got an old path runner stick there. Corn stalk. Whole bunch of old compost from last year. Alright, so I've uncovered the soil. And again, your seeds need to be on soil. If you just put these seeds just in hay, they'll sprout, but they won't really grow. Okay, so you need contact with the soil. But this method, we're not going to bury the seeds. All right, this is the way I would describe this is how nature would do it. If you go out into a field in fall, the grass dies back, and then everything just sprouts back in the spring. Okay, your seeds fall, and then they get covered by a very thin layer of mulch. And so here we're going to try to mimic that, where we just put our seeds, the regular spacing. Oh, I dropped one. No seed left behind. Put them all our 1.5-inch-ish spacing. I'm not going to get a ruler. That's way too much work for me. I've got 2 left. Doesn't look like one's there. And put one on the end. Perfect. And then I'm going to take a very small amount of hay and just loosely cover. So maybe if I do cover them 3/4 inch to 1 inch deep in soil, I'll kind of do the same with the hay. I'm kind of picturing what's enough to keep the sunlight off of them and to keep the moisture in, but not too much to obviously mulch my seeds and keep them from germinating. So a very thin layer, just like that. It doesn't have to be entirely dry, doesn't have to be entirely rotted material. It can just be a loose mix right on top, and you're good to go. That one's a lot easier, and I found when doing these long rows, this one, like here's some grass that's come up. This row we did digging and then putting our seeds in. If we come over right here, this is a row where we got a little slug hanging out there. Put him in the path area. He might work his way back. Oh well. This one we did a light covering on. And you can see that the pea seeds germinated just fine. These two are a little lagging behind. And then here's one right next to each other that we dug. And so there's no real difference. If anything, the peas that were slightly buried look a little better than the peas that were buried with mulch, look a little better than the peas that were buried in soil. I'm not saying that that's conclusive evidence. There's way too many variables going on there. But anyway, this is a more natural system, I think, and it's a lot more it's a lot easier for me to just pull back the mulch, lay seeds, cover. We've done it with lettuce, and it's worked. Peas, it works. Potatoes, obviously, it works. But yeah, for our seeds, it's working. We've done it with radishes, and radishes worked both in dirt and under a thin layer of mulch. So your real small seeds, like I said, up to your pea-sized seeds, all work with this method. So hopefully this tip saves you guys some effort and some hassle this spring when you're planting. This is Frenchie Powell, Permaculture Northeast, guys. If you like the video, hit us, a like button, subscribe, get that little notification bell for more upcoming videos and more content, especially about Ruth Stout bed gardening. If you have any questions, post it in the comments below. Love you guys.